Good morning, and it is time to drop into the Be the Light process. And I usually have a theme, and the theme is what I'm going through in the week. And I am just finishing up a 3-week tour, and so I'm bringing you the fresh energy of the people who convene in Mount Shasta, a very holy, sacred place. And then Sausalito, a beautiful, beautiful community of divine feminine. So I'm bringing all of that and the energy of Sausalito itself and the Golden Gate Bridge. And then I'm bringing, last but not least, the energy of Sedona here. So as I touched into all of these places, I could feel and had confirmation from other spiritual teachers that our brain circuitry has taken a massive leap in the last month. And so that's why occasionally I'll mix up a word. I mean, of course, I've been sleeping in so many different beds with cats I'm allergic to, and slept in a ghost city inn with ghosts. What an adventurous tour with so many wonderful light beings and new light workers that I feel so confident with the flow of energy and the movement forward that we're all having with these brain circuitry upgrades, that I really step forward more courageously to just, for instance, step into the Marriott and the Sky Rocks and connect with the lovely facilitator there for events. Let her know how much I appreciate it, that she is bringing the new paradigm, divine plan energies into an established traditional Marriott. And it opened doors and it unfurled pathways for myself and people doing the work like me to connect even deeper into these communities in concentric circles of like-minded people. And I've done a lot of networking and connecting. So here I am, I'm looking out at the ocean in Santa Barbara. And not only has my brain been facilitated and upgraded, and I'm so excited. One of the main spiritual teachers who I'm working with in our circles, actually in a phone call, was looking at my brain to see how things are fractalating. Now, why is this important, all of this brain stuff? When Earth shifted the fall from grace, the geometries of the Earth were tampered with. It was a group of galactic administrators. I know this is kind of wild, but it's true. Try it on. About 200,000 years ago, changed the geometries on Earth from an open hexagonal system where we were in commune with and conversation and part of a galactic and universal oneness flow of all. So we were cut off by this geometric change into a dodecahedron, which is a closed system. Man was disconnected from his natural divine connection. So every being that was born into Earth after that, their circuitry, remember I often say we have this sacred geometry, actually the brain circuitry had to match the Earth plane. As we came out of our mother's womb, we have a closed off circuitry. And now, finally, we on the ground team assisting for heaven to come to Earth have fully adjusted, and in the last month drastically shifted and upgraded our brain circuitry so that it doesn't match the old Earth dying fear-based reality. We are matching the new geometrical parallel reality. And I know these are wild words, so just feel into it, that the light work that you have done, that we have done all over the planet, I mean tirelessly for 20, 30 years, we're now at a place where our brain circuitry is matching the new paradigm. So what does that mean? We don't match the old paradigm anymore. We don't reference it anymore. It's not part of our circuitry. We are now fully operating. If this is the old paradigm and we used to be in this, and this was a new paradigm, we were in the middle going back and forth, our brain circuitry now is in a new reality that is being generated in the earth plane vicinity, while the old continues to cycle itself out of existence over time. And you can imagine what that's going to look like, a fear-based reality with no checks and balances. We let that go and we focus on the fact that we are now connected. So in the Be the Light meditations, every week, starting in 2023, we are practicing connecting into this new grid. So how easy it's going to be, because our brain, before we had to always do all sorts of in-between steps, and now we're there. So take a deep breath and reflect on this. And I have an important message that I realized being on this trip. Now that I know, and it's good to know these things. That's why I have conversations where I go and I watch the great spiritual teachers. If our brain circuitry is upgraded, if we are feeling out of sorts or off kilter, we are referencing the past and the roles that we chose to play, which are no longer held in this reality. So, for instance, I'll give an example. If I go into an environment on the tour, and I'm fresh with each new place I go, it's a whole new venue, new people with expectations and ideas about me, and based on our old relationships, and I just attempt to pull back the curtain and to be present with just love and joy and happiness. And I breathe and I see what comes. And I notice now how easily I am derailed by a strong person coming in with their routine. This is reality and this is it, and this is how we do it. And I say to myself in my new brain circuitry and bubble, oh, I used to just be a marionette to this person's expectations of me. So there's something about the new brain circuitry where you have a little space from the way that you used to be, and you don't have to lean into it and buy into it and drain your energy. Your brain circuitry is aligned to something higher. So in 2023, I said we're going to learn how to reattune ourselves all the time, emotionally, mentally, and physically, into the new structures of the new divine plan. And so again, on this trip, I'm noticing if I am falling off the wagon or feeling a little emotional, it's because I'm leaning into the old stories about myself that other people carry, or I'm leaning into their own story. I'm leaning into their story and trying to be like them. Okay, so don't beat yourself up. The more and more we reattune, the more that we can be neutral to the outside world and say, oh, that's happening. Well, I see their movie. I see their movie. I've seen so many movies in 3 weeks. It's amazing how many ways people slice up a life and even look at spirituality and the divine plan from their own teacher, their own classes. So in these Be the Light meditations, which we're going to jump in right now, we just learn to be attuned to ourselves. If we want to talk to a divine master, sure, but we don't have that divine master guiding us. The only one, the only being, is Source itself. Why not do the absolute full connection and get your connection, because that's the person, that's the being that you contracted with as a human being to come in and to bring your gifts and deliver. So let's go in case you've fallen off the wagon or you're not feeling really yourself and in your seat of power, we'll work with that first, and then we'll do a little bit more experimenting with this GPS system in the heart that we've been getting stronger at each week. Okay, so everybody go ahead and mute yourself. And it's good to shut your eyes, release the world, take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. It is okay and it is safe to go into this unattached space of stillness. You can call it the void. Sometimes it's a black velvetyness. And our ego always says, no, it's scary. Don't leave yourself. Anything. You could fall through what? Universal net or black hole? No. This is the real you, not informing yourselves from the myriad of old earth stories, of which are collapsing. They're not built on divine principles. Feel into your heart. This is where your true center of this being that you are in this lifetime. And just take a deep breath and imagine, I actually got a beautiful metal circuitry. The other day I bought it in Encinitas, and I'll bring it next week. Imagine this beautiful golden circuitry, kind of like the Olympics logo, in your heart. And it is moving, it is living. And there's all sorts of capabilities. This is your GPS system to navigate, to go anywhere, to learn anything, to try on new things, to fully activate your ability to be a divine being while still in a physical body, residing on the third dimension, but not holding the vibration of the third dimension anymore. So feel the joy of this circuitry in your heart, celebrating that your brain circuitry is now fully aligned with ease and grace for thinking, for processing, for your neurological system to harmonize with the new divine inspirations and visions. It is collapsing the old outdated stories. And all that it asks, this whole new system, is that you be present in your heart. And that's what we're doing right now. We ask and intend to set a sacred space. We put a beautiful geometric structure over each of our bodies. Everything in the universe is mathematical, physics, harmonics. So just imagine it's actually called an octahedron. We ask and intend to remove everyone else's energies and stories and cords. And so you can just expand, shine, be present in peace in your heart in this moment. In your heart, there is this beautiful connection to all that is, and we call it the 0 point. The 0 point of all possibilities. As a child of the Creator here, you are the ground team. You are the physical expression to have the ability to ignite the will of divine thought, divine actions, divine visions, divine friendships, divine lovemaking. Everything changes when you are present in your heart, free of the rules, free of the pressures. And again, it sounds like a tall order given what it takes to live in that third dimension. But people are doing it. People are doing it and they are happy. They are resonating resources. They are resonating in soulmates, workmates, creation mates. And this is the prepatus for the feeling and being state to design a new paradigm. One with all that is. For you have a 0 point in your heart, and guess what? There are 0 points on the grid that's around this earth. There are 0 points in the galactic. There are 0 points in the universe. In this moment, take a breath and imagine that your GPS, your heart, this GPS, this 0 point, is pulsing light with a specific music, vibration, your song, never been sung before. And you are sending this music through a lacy light grid. And stop and imagine, we're using our consciousness, we're guiding our consciousness. Imagine that you are simply registering and acknowledging all the other 0 points. Feel it. Feel your connection and ease of this process. Now imagine that there are thousands or millions of other souls traveling the same grid. And everything is a superhighway, harmoniously moving like music in correct proportion, not like the old earth geometry where everything got broken and ruined and always hit a dead end. You're in a new realm where things don't stop. Things don't get stuck. Because the principles are based on divine principles in this system. And this is the new system being installed on earth. And it's being installed by who? By you. Your circuitry awakening. And your awareness and your certainty of this energetic system in this moment is being planted in the earth plane, irregardless of the falling realm of the mass consciousness. Feel the beauty of this. You are the circuitry, you are the anchor, and your 0 point is making it possible for a new reality on earth of benevolent souls to co-create. Just feel the joy of this. This net of connection, of vibration is divine. It is real. It is palpable. It is approachable. It is accessible. Breathe into it. And we haven't even started the fun part. It's what do you want to experience? We've let go of the old earth trauma, and boy, does that feel good. It's like getting rid of all those stinky old clothes of all those roles we played. And in this moment, it's just us with infinite creativity and joy. It's like knowing all the rules and having a magic toolkit while still being in the third dimension. It's like having one over. Overall. If this is a bird's eye view, the creator's view that does have the vibrational dominant frequency to be present and to instantly, automatically make a change, even before you speak, even before you do a painting class, even before you start dancing. You are holding a heavenly vibration, and your circuitry is like the golden chariot usually takes people out of their bodies up to heaven. No, You are bringing the vibration of heaven and it's coming in you here. It's the opposite. Feel home on earth, heaven on earth. This hasn't been here for a long time. The original earth was like this. Then there was this fall from grace. And now we are reinstituting by this tremendously complex plan of humans embodying divinity, getting clear on their GPS and their 0 point, and bringing more light here. That's why we call this Be the Light. So in this moment, we ask and intend that we are in the 0 point, and we ask for even more light to come into this realm in our heart. We ask that we raise our vibration by 10% now. All you have to do is ask and intend. We ask that the vibration be raised in our cells, in our joints, our organs, and that all is being teased into a new resilient flexibility. We ask that any realm in our bodies, hey, once you get these skills, go for it, heal ourselves. So we're even stronger messengers. We ask that these energies flowing through our entire systems are reducing inflammation. To that little ouchy area. We ask and intend that the vibration of movement, of going into that stagnant, inflamed area is spinning through and pulling out the redness, the heat, the fluid. We ask that any residual brain activity, fatigue, from our historical timeline of dramas, inflammation, bleeding, concussions, pressure, vertigo. We ask that all this is normalized and healed and calmed now. Just allow it. Beautiful. And we ask that our spine be healed. The beautiful myelin sheaths going into all of our nerves, just trauma in life, injuries, metabolic. We ask that all of it be retuned so that you are a lightning rod for divine light here. And we are fiber optic cables being polished, glistening to receive even more light. Because it is hard to receive light with our bodies are physically stuck in areas. So we're asking this light flowing into our heart, taking deep breaths, and our blood system is now going through, cleaning the cells, upgrading. We are learning to use our heart GPS to ask and intend to have any experience that you wish. It is your magic wand, you're a genie, but there's no intermediary. You don't need Mary Magdalene, you don't need Kuan Yin. You go to them when you want specific advice based on their mastery. But this is the Creator's energy we are working with that goes through everything. We ask and intend that this new music, this new circuitry, this new up-leveled song of a higher vibration is now being established in all of your circuitry, all parts of yourself. Don't forget the back of your neck, down your back, your legs. And now there is a universal pulse. Feel that you are linking, syncing up with the universal pulse through all the 0 points, through this beautiful circuitry in your heart. I'm going to do a little bit of sound. Take a deep breath and let another wave come through. Another breath. Let this energy take your attention to your chakras. Let this energy go into your base chakra. Yes, you are grounded, you are safe, you are resourced here in this physical world. Breathe it in. Second chakra, home is everywhere. You are safe. You make wonderful relationships with people. Your third chakra is just starting to move into a new projection, new tipping point. Maybe some of the ways you approached things before didn't quite work. It was a little on the third dimensional side. And your third chakra wants to look to like-minded people who are circulating the 0 points and easily seeing potential futures, easily monetizing and resourcing the higher potential futures. The part of yourself that is just beginning to see that you can accomplish magically, masterfully, without all the efforting that you put in listening to all the naysayers all of that time. So we are removing all of that from your third chakra, all those little jam up, old dots, old secondaries, and we are spinning this new vibration of new. Everything's new in 2023 into your third chakra of creativity, infusing a beautiful yellow color to brighten it up, and let this begin to spin. Open, good. And now your heart, it is safe to open your love in your heart magnanimously, magnificently, beyond your romantic partner, beyond your children, beyond your community. Your love capability is the same as source. Try that on. Your heart has been just so squeezed. Open it up, take all the plugs out, and let it fill with the unconditional love. Now that you're not being hurt by love, because remember we said a neutrality from the old earthways. This is pure love. It knows no rules. It knows no agreements other than to be kind and truthful and loving and keep those agreements. Take a deep breath. This is the new human's way of loving. And now my favorite part, the throat. We're putting a golden spiral to touch all the parts of your communication mechanism within your throat that your whole life has been a little spotty in your ability to speak your truth. So we're removing that, refurbishing, replenishing it with these high vibrations. Imagine that your heart is now speaking and being prompted by and relating divine truth with no fear, no hesitancy, the kind of truth where everybody just says, well, damn, thank God, yeah, oh yeah, I'm glad. Someone said the truth. Let's be done with this bullshit. Let's all be the truth now. I mean, it's just as clear as day what the truth can do. And now up to our third eye, we ask and intend that it be upgraded, revibrated, and that we see what is ours to see. I personally don't want to see everything all at once. No, I want what is best for me and what's best for you to see for your next step. So we ask that that aperture adjusts, and of course, then our higher chakra, our crown chakra, we ask it to be open. And we ask it to be open just the right degree for each of us, depending on what we are intending and how we are showing up and what is needed in every moment. So take a deep breath, and we ask that all of this be harmonized and balanced within our systems. So we've gone through our physical self, the energetic centers, and we ask and intend. We put a beautiful golden resilient egg around our whole body. So these new tweaks and ideations can really merge with any old patterning and massage it, release it, and just bring everything to a beautiful new vibration. And we are cleaning off any old energies that were keeping the grid unavailable to us for whatever reasons. Everything is being brightened, cleaned, and sharpened and coming into clarity. Take a deep breath. Excellent. So we're going to set a little time frame that this continues powerfully for everyone for the next 5 days. Okay? So be gentle with yourself. Feel more and more that you're watching life like a movie and blessing and forgiving everyone for what they're doing. But it's not about you. You are holding your divinity, and you are brightening and shining and healing and accomplishing what you promised the Creator you would do in this body, in this lifetime. Okay, so that brings this meditation and session to a close. Let's see, little sign off. I'm Jan Jorgensen. These are Be the Light meditations. They're every Wednesday morning. They're always free, and you can find out how to get on if you're just watching this somewhere. Sound and Light healingarts.com. Okay? Great, thanks for coming. Now I'm going to press stop on the recording, and those that wish to stop and say hi or have questions or discussions, always fun. Okay.